What's up everyone, welcome to an Average A's quick tip. Today I'm going to be doing a really simple one. I'm just going to be replacing the rear speakers in my 1999 Honda Civic DX hatchback. Alright, so tools need to do this job, really simple. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver. I've got both a regular and a stubby. You will need a stubby for one of the screws. You'll need obviously your wire stripper and crimper for connections. A small flathead screwdriver for depinning this connector on this factory speaker. This stuff over here is optional. You may want a larger flathead just for one tab that you have to push back. You can do it with just your finger or whatever. And then electrical tape. I just like to tape up all the factory wiring and everything like that. In terms of what speakers I'm using, so factory on the left, this is a JL Audio C1 690X. I think it has 90 watts RMS handling capability, so will be more than enough for the aftermarket deck on the car, and will allow me to add amplification at some point later. In my case, I also needed these small female connectors for the negative side of the speaker. So I've got just a 22 to 18 gauge 0.10 inch tab for my JL speakers. All right, so the first step is to remove this plastic cover. So you're gonna start off by removing these two Phillips head screws on the side here. And then there's also one on the front side here. It's really easy to see, but I won't move the camera for it. So once the screws are removed, you're gonna just pull this panel off. Now here's where you may want a flathead screwdriver. Just on the back side right here, you pull the panel out a little bit, and there is a tab that you wanna press down. It's already starting to come out, so you don't really need to give it much. You can just see the tab right there. These just slide in, but there's a little lip there. Next step is actually removing the speakers. Really simple. You've got 4 Phillips heads, one here, 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 and this corner is why I said you want a stubby. It's really hard to get it in there without a stubby. So now we'll move on to electrical connectors. First thing you want to do, push these 2 tabs on either side of electrical connector and wiggle this thing out. Nice and slow. Now, Honda's actually made these really easy to remove. This will be in another video probably as well, so I might be repeating myself, but basically you want to look for the side that there's 2 sides. This one is solid, and this side you can kind of see that you're able to pop it up. So you want to grab on each side of these wings here and just kind of gently pop it out. So once it's popped out, this is where you want this tiny little flathead screwdriver. You look in here, straight down the center, you're able to see plastic tabs. You want to go between the electrical connector and the plastic tab and just back it away, and then pull it out. Same thing on the other side. All right, brought you guys in a little bit closer. So this is the left side here, the driver's side. Color's not showing up well on the camera, but you've got a gray and white wire, and you've got a blue and yellow. Gray and white is your negative, blue and yellow is your positive. The other side, the passenger side, is a lot easier. It's just red and brown, pretty obvious. But one thing you'll notice, the connectors are the same size on the factory speakers for positive and negative. Now, if you look at my aftermarket speaker, you've got your positive, which is large, and then your negative, which is small. The positive will slide right onto the factory Honda wiring, but as you saw, the Honda factory wiring will be too large for this one, so that's the only reason you need to get some connectors. So wiring's really simple. Just clip off the tab on the gray wire, the connector on the gray wire. Strip it back a little bit, not too much. Give her a good twist. Place this back on. Do a little quick pull test, make sure she's not coming out. I find these Honda connectors actually fit pretty loose, so you might want to just come in with your small flathead and just give them a little push on the back, just to close the tab a little bit so that when you hook it up to the speaker it doesn't rattle loose. And here's where I like to wrap up. As you can see, the factory Honda is just a little exposed. I like to throw some electrical tape just on this, you know, should it come disconnected. All right, next step, real simple, connector up. Once she's connected up, place it back in here. Now this one's a tight fit, so let's give her a little push, make sure she's seated properly. And put your Phillips heads back in. Place the cover back on, make sure you slide the tabs in properly. And tighten all the screws. Don't forget about the one on the front. All right, you're done.